Hello, I'm Joe, the audio lead on ATMOSFAR, and it's my job to build the audio vision of the planet Tychos with our wonderful audio team and the whole crew at APOG Labs. In this video, I'd like to take you all on a little sound safari, giving you a small peek behind the curtain of what we think about when we create sound for a world such as Tychos. When we first approach an audio pillar of a game, we should first reflect on what our world is trying to portray and emphasize this story through sound. ATMOSFAR takes inspiration from the natural world and specifically coastal habitats, with subtle nautical designs of buildings and equipment, as well as foliage that is reminiscent of coastlines in places like Scotland, Patagonia and British Columbia. The first step in creating a believable natural environment through sound is to reference the world around us. By doing this, not only will our world feel natural and immersive, we'll also get to subvert that natural soundscape with our more unique plant and animal life. Tychos is a world filled with life that, while alien, has parallels with the world back home on Earth. The Mork is a graceful creature in the sky, with huge wings similar to an albatross. It's also the epitome of bird-brained, but its visual appearance allows the team to use its anatomy as a foundation for how it would sound. We know that ATMOSFAR is grounded in coastal environments, so we can firstly consider birds that nest on coastal cliffs around the world. After this, we can assess how the long neck bears similarities to geese and swans. If we go a lot further back in time, just like our Mork, there are dinosaurs such as hadrosaurs that had a similarly strange bulbous head with a big protrusion. And with this crest, there is a theory that this cavity was used like a resonant chamber to produce more bellowing, longer distance sounds that could be heard across the land. We don't actually need to explain any of this, but by crafting a little bit of audio lore and the why of a sound, we can make something far better grounded in the world we are making. Hopefully by now, you've all heard about some of the key factions in ATMOSFAR, and if you haven't, you should really read the other blogs and vlogs about them. You, the player, step into the shoes of one of the Vagabonds of Tychos, known as exiles of the Pace regime that teamed up to cobble together a new way of life that seeks to live alongside the natural world and not against it. Pace sits strangely in the world of Tychos, a relic of history that yet carries a unique threat to the player. Dilapidated and broken, but their influence is still felt by the natural world. Not only does the player need to be informed about the danger of Pace, but we also need to reveal a history about them that ties into the unfolding narrative. Like a lot of Pace tech, there's a sort of somber tone to the guard drone when viewed from a distance. It hums along in a melancholic tone with little chirps and whistles as it patrols indefinitely, as it may have for hundreds of years. It sounds notably industrial, rattly and inefficient, but don't underestimate them. The facade of a somewhat pitiful and weak machine is whipped away in an instant, the second the player is spotted. It's clear that these drones used to have a working voice box, loaded up with combat barks and warnings, maybe instructions, but any semblance of a human voice is gone. We're left with this deteriorated and wild vocalization that feels more like a beast than it does a piece of equipment. The guard drone is as much an animal as the fauna surrounding the outpost, and equally dangerous. It gives a greater sense of curiosity towards the Pace regime, and what on Tychos they were doing here. Why would they have deployed such a heavy combat force? And clearly they haven't been recalled for an age. Where are Pace now? Over in the Vagabond settlement, things sound quite different. Vagabond tech is recycled from Pace, but they have progressed it with new understandings of this world. What this leaves us with through sound are clear influences of Pace technology, but less mechanical and more energy-based. The sound of their power is in harmony with each machine made by the Vagabonds, and no place better represents this harmony than the player's own camp. The camp hub attached to the utility wasp distributes electricity to each of the components connected. This hub is the root note of our camp orchestra. Next is the base section, our hydrogen refinery, which happily rumbles along in tune with the hub. Over in the non-tonal area of camp components we have the campfire, a crucial cooking resource as much as it is an icon of cozy nighttime chill-outs. Next is the lamp. Surely I can't say much about a lamp. Yeah, I can. Now into the proper machinery, which I guess we could consider more of a rhythm section to our orchestra. Put them all together and the orchestra is complete. Audio has the power to emphasize a moment, really give that feeling the player has been transported into a new and exciting land light years away from their own. And until next time, sit back and enjoy the soundscape of Atmosfar.